All right, everybody, here we are again. I bet you thought I'd never get back to doing these videos, but I did. So here's where we should be with our 6 pages. Hopefully you all completed the 6 pages. If nobody emailed me any questions, so I guess you did. The next thing we're going to do is just put these pages aside, because you're not going to do anything with them today. And then you're going to get some of the paper that you have left over from your cutting. Don't get the big mats. Let's see here. Oops, wrong thing. Don't get these. These are the big ones, and you're going to need these later. These are the one side you have left over. This is something you're going to use, so put those aside also. And use the little strips and the small pieces. And what you're going to do is cut, I don't know how many we need. I think 1, 2, we need 2. We need 12. Or maybe 7. Let me see here. I should have counted before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 strips at 6 1/4 by 2 inches. And let's see, I think I cut some 2-inch pieces right here. 6 1/4 by 2 inches. And these are your scraps here. You see how far, what this is. Yeah, these are 2 inches. There you go. And if you have to use one of your 12 by 12 sheets of paper, that's fine, because I don't know that this is going to be 6 1/4. Oh, land of Goshen, it is 6 1/4. These pieces right here are exactly 6 1/4. So some of your leftovers are going to be 6 1/4, so you can get 2 pieces out of that. So let's go ahead and get your cutters and cut first the 2 inches down right here. And you can get as many out of these pieces of paper as you can. I think you can get 2. 2 inches down. And see if you don't have exactly 6 1/4. Let's see. That's what you need. Ooh, that's a little bit longer than 6 1/4 in this one. So I'm going to have to cut it a little bit. Maybe it's supposed to be 6 3/4. I think it's 6 1/4 though. Yeah, 6 1/4. Okay, so you're going to have to cut off 6, to 6 1/4. Be nice if you didn't have to cut it out, but you do. And cut 8 of them. I think that's how many we need, and if you cut an extra, it doesn't matter. 8. 2 inches by 6 1/4. I don't think this one's going to be long enough. No, it's not. 2 inches by 6 1/4, and these are your hinges. This is what's going to attach your pages so that they can have a little 1, 2, 3, 4 little depth to the space in between. You can add a few dimensional things without it getting bunchy, because you want your book to close. I don't like books that don't close, quite frankly. Okay. 6 1/4. Hope everybody had a good holidays. We sure did. And the weather turned really, really cold. and we had our first little inkling of snow. And it doesn't snow much here in East Tennessee, but, ooh, am I cutting these too short? This is going to make me mad. I am. 1. I can't believe I did that. Just the 1 though. 2. Ah. I'm getting them too short for some reason. I think I'm cutting them on the wrong side. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Now let's try this one. If I measure, I guess I'd be better. But anyway, it was a little piddly snow. Wasn't much of anything, but it was snow nevertheless. And that was kind of exciting. Some of the schools are out, and our kids are out of school, so it didn't make any difference to them. But the temperature was down in the 30s. Yikes. For 2 days, it's a little bit warmer today. I see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if I hadn't been so stupid and cut them wrong, I'd have had them all. 6, 7. And if you've got scoreboards, get your scoreboard out. Because otherwise, use your trimmer and a bone folder or something like that. Because you're going to have to do a little scoring here. Okay, thank goodness. Alright, if you've got your 8 pieces, I think I do, and I think they're all the same size. Gee, mini Christmas. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my scoreboard. Good old Martha Stewart. I couldn't live without it. And we're going to score in 2 places on these. And it's kind of, you think, oh, why? But this is making a hinge, remember. And we've got to have about 1/4 inch space. So put it your long lengthways like that. And score at 7/8. Right there, the last mark before the 1, 7/8 and 1 1/8 on each one. And I guess you can see it if you can't see it because this is light paper. And then fold it. We'll bone fold it in a minute, but fold it on these hinges so they're crisp. Or you can do it afterwards, but I just wanted to show you what you've got going here. See there? You're going to have 1/4 inch space between the pages, which is going to give you a little room for some dimensional things on each page if you want. That's the whole point of this. So score each of these at 7/8 of an inch, right here. And be careful at this narrow space, sometimes it'll scoot over to the other thing. And 1 1/8. So go ahead and score all of those. 7/8 and 1 1/8. Making your 1/4 inch hinge depth. Oops, see, mine scooted over just then. 7/8 and 1 1/8. Be careful you don't, if you've got any kind of coated cardstock, don't press too hard because it will go through, but you shouldn't be working with coated cardstock actually. Should be either black or craft or basil type stuff. Okay, 7/8, 1 1/8. I'm not real fast at this because I don't want to have my scoring go all over the place. Hope you can see this. Here, I'll move it over. 7/8, 1 1/8. Okay, so much for that. Put your scoreboard out, and get out your bone folder, and you're going to reinforce your folds there. So that you can put your tape on and so forth. Reinforce each fold and make sure you do reinforce it at the fold. Sometimes you get carried away and don't fold it right where it should be, and then you reinforce it and then you got a really crooked fold. And these narrow things, it helps to just fold it first like that with your fingers to make sure you get it in the right place, and then reinforce both folds. I seem to have a cat here on this. Has my kitty cat been in here? Alright. And if you have any trouble understanding or getting this right, the measurements, again, are 2 inches long, 2 inches wide, and 6 1/4 inches long. And this is from one of your scraps that you had left over when you originally cut these pieces of paper. You don't have to drag out a new sheet. This one's giving me trouble here. There we go. I guess I didn't score it firmly enough. Okay. And if you've never used a scoreboard before, the Martha Stewart one is superb. And I've got it comes with an envelope maker too, so if you make a card that's not a standard size, it helps you make an envelope for it. It's really nice, and you can make matching cards with matching envelopes for your cards and everything. I really like that. I went to Michael's yesterday with my gift certificate that I'd gotten for Christmas, looking for black cardstock. They still didn't have any in stock. I was so upset with them. But I found out that you can order by the bulk from Michael's. You just tell them how many packs you want, and they will order it for you. So next time I go in there, you have to do it through the manager. I'm going to go in there and have him order me 5 or 6 packs because I go through the craft and the black cardstock. And they usually have craft cardstock. Shoot. But they don't have a lot of black sometimes. And for the past month and a half, every time I've gone in there, they haven't had the black. I just don't think they order enough or often enough. So I've complained, and they all just say, oh well, you know, speak to the manager. Well, I am going to speak to the manager. And I'm going to order some. Because Michael's is close by where I live. I know their paper is good paper, and that's what I want to use for when I'm making my books. And I know that other people have said the same thing, that they really like Michael's paper. So, anyway, that's a little hint. They usually are real good to work with, so hopefully this will get me enough paper so I'm not whining about it all the time. Okay, this was my last one, thank goodness. Now we're going to do a little trimming. Okay, this is the one I did crooked, but I think I folded it right anyway. Okay, here you are. You got all your little thingies, and they all fit in there nice and snug. Keep them together. And I'll keep one out. Now, if you've got score tape, fine. Which is this right here. If you have another kind of tape you want to use, that's good too. I will say, if you're going to use glue, the liquid glue, eventually we're going to angle our ends like this. You see that? So you can do that. If you're going to use wet glue, angle your ends now, and it's both ends. Just at like 40-degree angle, 45-degree angle. It's going to look like this. All of them. And so if you're going to use wet glue, do it now. Or something of that tape. If you're going to do double-sided tape, wait till after you're through. It's easier to do a straight edge than it is crooked. So I'm going to use double-sided tape. If you're going to use wet glue, trim all of these like this now and then apply your glue. But I'm going to go ahead and apply my tape now. And any double-sided tape, but I prefer score tape because it's the strongest I know. And what you're going to do is put your tape right up to the edge, or your glue. You don't want your glue to go over your fold line. So that's why I'm advising the adhesive tape. Put it right up to the edge of, this is what I'm going to use, of your fold. See there? There's my fold. I put it to the edge. And that way it's not going to interfere with this part of the hinge, because you want sticky on that. And put two strips of your tape on each edge. One at the top edge, one at the bottom edge. And there you go. The score tape rips real good. Don't use your scissors to trim your tape, Mike. You'll have sticky, gooey scissors, and you have to get some undo to get it off. So here's my other fold. Make sure I can see it. And I will put my tape right there to the edge and rip. The edge of a ruler helps a lot too. But okay, now you've got to do this with all 8 of yours. Okay, it's 1. And I'm going to turn this tape off while I finish mine, and then we'll pick it up. But go ahead, do all 8, okay? Oops, clunk.